What? What? What's up, everybody? Randy here, Nerds Templar, with the dog peeking over the card box. That's hilarious. Miss Sydney back there, right, Sydney? Okay. This is a different, very different stream here we got today. As you can see, Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll probably regret this, episode 1, because I actually talked about doing this recently in the last, I guess, Pokemon trading card game collection series episode. I talked about maybe getting into some Yu-Gi-Oh! I decided to get into it a little earlier than expected, only because I went to DG and I knew they had these because they have them all the time, every time I go there. Everywhere else seems to have them too. The Duels from the Deep Legendary Duelists collection, and they've made a few of these. I think they're all pretty new. In here, you've got 2 packs and also 1 random card. I don't think it's MJ Holding Company, just so you're aware. Yeah, I just wanted to take one more look. There isn't any MJ Holding Company thing, so that's nice at least. I actually was looking for some. I talked about this too. Maybe whenever, I didn't know when I'd get back into NFL and NBA cards, because I've opened some NFL packs on stream, but no NBA yet, and that's been a bit. But actually, I think I have one more video left, football video left to release, so I'll probably do that soon. Sorry, something in my eye. But I actually didn't know how long it'd be until I got more. In fact, I went to DG considering getting some if they had any. They had some basketball ones, but I was almost going to buy. They tend to sell these like 2-pack things with extra cards. In the case of sports cards, is 3 extras. There's only 1 in here, it looks like. But I wasn't really too keen on the pack. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I didn't want it. So I ended up getting 3 of these, and I think actually I might end up getting 1 more, but I may not get any more of these Duels from the Deep, and I'll just let the 4 of these blister things I buy, or these 3, whatever. Maybe I will get another one. Let those suffice for whatever this will be. I do plan on getting the collection thing, the new 25th anniversary. Oh, well, I think it's not a 25th anniversary collection. It's a re-release of the collection of the Yugi, Kaiba, and Joey Wheeler decks. Well, some variations of them. I think it was from like 2016 is when they originally released the thing. I think they just remade that box, so I'm gonna get one of those. I saw them at Walmart for $25. I might end up just going and getting one from TCGPlayer for 22-ish. Actually, that is what I'm going to do, because I'm going to do that after this stream probably, or after the 2 streams, because after this I'm going to talk a little bit about TCGPlayer stuff for sale, and I'm going to start a different stream for that, and I'll open these in one moment, but just so you're aware of that, that's what these cards are here. These are in fact the cards that are listed on TCGPlayer right now, including my, well, these are all from auction. I don't have any of my own collection duplicates or, excess cards in for sale yet, except this Alakazam EX that we pulled, this duplicate of this. It's the only good duplicate we pulled in recent times. So I figured if we get anything like that, and it's only like I think I have it posted for $1.50. So if we get anything like that, I'll put it on, but probably won't put any others from my own collection on for a bit. These are some other cards that I have will have for sale. I want to go through those, see which ones are the best. I have 94 of 100 things posted right now, though, so pretty much full. And yeah, I guess we'll just see how long it takes for another sale, because if I have one more sale, guys, I made 1 already, which is great. It didn't take too long. If I make 1 more sale, then I'll jump up to level 2 already, and that'll actually let me post, I believe it was 500 items. instead of 100. So that's a huge jump. That'll let me post most of my good holos, and well, not just holos. This is a stack of Vs and VMAXs and things like that. Some even alt arts. So I'd be able to post those. And as you'll see, and we'll look at later, most of the cards, if not all the cards I have for sale right now, are pretty much between Brilliant Stars and Lost or Crown Zenith. I guess not Silver Tempest, but Crown Zenith. It does go the whole way to I went the whole way to the end of, and they're just pretty much just the playable ones from Crown Zenith. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Let's do some Yu-Gi-Oh card opening. Man, one reason I thought I'd regret this, not just getting into another card game TCG collection, but that's not really so big of an issue, as in the beginning of my Pokemon series, I mentioned how I believe it was Yu-Gi-Oh that initially, when I was a kid, got me off of Pokemon, and because I was more interested in Yu-Gi-Oh, I stopped collecting Pokemon cards, and then I stopped collecting both of them, and I could have had some pretty awesome, valuable collections by now, but I don't. So we're gonna get one, as you can see, one special card, I guess, which might be some kind of promo. That's what I was. It's not one of those three on the back there. I was wondering if maybe it was. Plunder Patrol Ship Shape Ships Shipping. Really? Yeah, it all looks legit to me. I don't think I'd have to worry about these products. These are technically Konami products and nothing else. So yeah, another portfolio binder on the way, I guess, huh? So there's only the reason I was wondering why I keep seeing these everywhere and they don't seem like they're valuable at all. One thing I think it's because it's Mako Tsunami, and who really cares about Mako Tsunami? May also be the newest of the legendary Duelist collections, so that may play a big part in it. Again, I'm extremely new to the Yu-Gi-Oh collection. I'll be learning a little bit as we go here, obviously, just like with Pokemon, just like with Lorcana, even like with maybe Star Wars Unlimited, and in the future maybe Union Arena, and also in my own spare time, and maybe just relayed to you my One Piece collecting, because I'm not sure about those cards moral wise. In fact, that's something we'll definitely be getting into with Yu-Gi-Oh! This, because of its ancient Egyptian pagan stuff. It's because of that a little worse off than Pokemon, in my opinion. The game's it could be sometimes easier, sometimes harder. I guess it all depends on the cards you're using and who you're playing against. Really, that's also going to depend on the cards you're using, probably. Anyway, the reason these are so cheap is because there's only 5 cards. Wait. Three cards. So I think the 5 maybe was the regular. So the light edition has only 3 cards. I'm definitely not getting another one of these, because that means 6 cards. If these are the normal ones, I'm gonna have to check that real quick. Let's look at that first. So I think I have them here. Well, it should be everything on. I guess I'll show you 2 here real quick. As long as it's on the wrong thing. That's why. There we go. Should show the packs here. I think it was $1 for the there it is. And this is the only one on here, so the light edition is different than this. So I guess oh my goodness. I mean, it's not much of it. It is quite the increase. Okay, it is 5. I did just look at this. So this is a little different, the light edition, whatever in the world that is. I guess because it comes in a blister. And I guess they meant for these to just be worth a little more than they are. I spent $3.50 for this. So Not terrible. If it was 5 cards, that would have been much better. But hey, whatever. Like I said, it was gonna they were gonna be the only ones I get. So I think we're just gonna definitely not get one more. I was considering getting one more, opening 2 of these today, and then 2 of them in another stream. But we're just gonna do all 3 of them now. Yeah. All right. So let's get to it. And then the next thing I will be opening are probably just those decks, unless I end up getting something else as well. Maybe I'll make a a double order, get something else from the guy who I buy those 3 decks from. Something else he has, but I'm kind of interested in getting doing for the 25th anniversary. They have they're like remaking the old sets, and it just so happens to be perfect timing to I guess for old people to get back into collecting for it. So I might try even getting maybe some booster boxes of those. Marincess Bubble Ring. I'm not going to read all these cards, but you can look them up if you want, and if you're a collector, you'll know. We'll look up the values, of course. Marincess Battle Potion. And the Legendary Fisherman. How about that? That's old school, man. I with Yu-Gi-Oh, much different than Pokemon. It's much more like Magic, although I don't play Magic, so I don't really know. Although I've been tempted to get things like the Lord of the Rings cards, those seem like they'd be pretty cool. My biggest thing about Magic again is because it's even worse off than the pagan ancient Egyptian stuff that Yu-Gi-Oh does, because they're just straight up, satanic sometimes. Anyway, pretty cool. Legendary Fisherman. What I was going to say is they will remake, obviously, a lot of cards for Yu-Gi-Oh, unlike Pokemon, which makes new cards all the time. I guess they may remake some, especially trainers, but not like this, not like the basically exact same. Obviously, the difference being among several other things like the copyright date, the whatever you call it, the set number and stuff. That's pretty cool. Then again, you can tell sometimes the rarities. I never really knew much on the rarity. Maybe at some point when I was a kid and I just don't remember. But this one does have the hollow name, so that may be like a rare of some sort. It's the only one like that. Of course, that one had was a hollow picture, and also the type icon, which is spell, obviously. Because we'll be opening that. And again, I am also a creator, of card games. Someday maybe we'll be focused much more on that than any of these other collections of these other card games, because mine is going to be better. Just saying. But for now, this is fun, and we can critique them, and then also then compare, show why mine is much better. And one reason is because my content doesn't even have to be explicitly Catholic or Christian or anything like that. It's just not woke, pagan, atheist, spiritual, weird, new age nonsense constantly. It's just normal, like you would imagine, if someone would make a good version of Lord of the Rings. Not that the Lord of the Rings movies are bad, but they could be even a little better because Lord of the Rings is so good. Tolkien is such a baller. But yeah, just imagine like that is what I'm kind of shooting for. Just much more traditional, realistic, but still fantasy. It's good. In my opinion, it's pretty good. Silent Angler, I think that's an older card too, huh? Seventh Eternity. Marincess Piscalis. I guess that maybe they're all first edition. I don't know. Oh, Maybe they're all first edition until Konami sees fit to perhaps, make an unlimited edition of something, and that may only happen every once in a while. Yeah, I'll probably, if we get into, over the years really collecting Yu-Gi-Oh, then I'll probably get not much of the legendary duelists, but I'll probably get some of each, but not much of any. I'm super interested though, like I said, in that 25th anniversary stuff. Seems like it's coming out now and will continue to come out. Drytron, Fafnir, that sounds familiar for some reason. I mean, they're weird stuff, man. Weird words that I don't know. That's why they're weird. Really, the only reason. Three cards, though. I mean, I guess it's not so bad whenever we have, 6 packs total? Well, 18 cards. I guess 21 counting the other ones, which means we could fit all of them in one portfolio page. Now we're going to have to use an extra portfolio page. Packs are a little deep, just like the duels from the deep. It's too bad that these seem to be the only ones I can find at retail stores. I would get other stuff and would probably not have gotten these if they had anything else anywhere ever. Even like my local cards, he had other stuff, but I don't know. He must have sold a lot in the first auction I didn't participate in. I tried to get a couple of the things, but one of the things I think was this, and then I didn't even try to get it because from what I saw, the packs were still at that point like 80 cents or something. Now they're at least up to like $1. The regular ones, at least. Technically, you get more cards in these things I bought than you would get in one pack. It's just that it costs 3 times more. Red says Seahorse. Of course, I didn't have to wait. Another Seventh Eternity. Right, I think we had another one of the first one of those already. And Lemuria, the Forgotten City. A lot of fields in here. Field spells or whatever you'd call them. All right, okay. I mean, I'm assuming that I can get all the cards in here. So there's some that are worth, I think maybe all the ultra rares worth over $1, I think. So I mean, they're probably around like Pokemon prices. They just have a lot less cards and none that are like super ultra rares, like all the really expensive ones. But that might, for the reason that happens in Pokemon, is probably just because they're so hard to come by. And if there are no cards that are that hard to come by in Yu-Gi-Oh, it means that you can get a lot of the decent cards easier. If that makes sense, right? The best cards are easier to come by because they're not as rare, right? Princess Marbled Rock. That's our first Link card ever, technically, because this didn't exist back when I collected. Princess Coral Anemone, another Link. We couldn't make it the hat trick, but we did get a Cyber Shark. Oh, cool. If you control another water monster, you normal summon that with attributing. That's cool. Simple effect. Nice effect. Just like eventually, just like with Pokemon, we'll have enough of these cards we can make decks. I was actually thinking about that, making some like super starter decks out of a lot of these cards I have here in bulk from the auction that are just, I mean, I could sell them on TCGPlayer, but it's going to be cards that are worth probably less than 5 cents. I'll be selling for 5 cents because it's just not really worth to sell for less than that. So I figured I'd maybe just end up putting them, making like pre-made starter decks out of them. Maybe going that route. All right. Lastly, we got a Infinitrack Trencher. Sorry, these are all these names are going to take a moment longer than Pokemon ones to read, obviously for me, especially not the ones that I know, but there's going to be the vast majority I don't, and most of the ones I do know, I'll probably have to take a second look at to remember, to recall the name of. All right, two more packs, and then we'll do some evaluation. Might not be too bad. Who knows? I don't know where I'm going to look for these promo card things. Wow, they are random. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to like, I'm gonna have to use the website I was using to find all the sets, and I'm gonna have to find these codes. Rank up Magic, the seventh one. Ooh, that's fancy. Bahamut Shark. Wait, is that the? Is that the? I won't say anymore, but that could be the one. XYZ Remora. Put that one on top for now. Yeah, but speaking of pagan / satanic, can't help themselves, but I guess it is Egyptian. Although that being said, they didn't worship him, for what I know. Although, hey, pagans, they just do whatever. So, wait a second. They're so thin, I didn't even realize those were on the pack that was unopened. All right, here we go. Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably have to chat with some guys. In fact, this Sunday is the next Pokemon League at the comic shop, so I'll have to, I know one guy at least plays Yu-Gi-Oh! There may be more than that. I'll have to see if anyone that does is there. Chat with them about potential starter decks or something like structured decks that would be viable to start off with. Dude sells some Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't know if he has any decks there or not. Rank up Magic, the seventh one a game. Sea Stealth Attack and a Crystal Shark, which is another nice, cool holo. Holla. All right, there we have it. And first iteration of. Let's see if we can get a little closer now that the dog left us. First iteration of Yu-Gi-Oh! Collection. And also I would like to show off this stuff. Not necessarily these first cards. I am going to leave it here just because these are hilarious. And so you're not too focused on these. But these are yeah, you can also see giant stacks of old energy here, huh? Not giant stacks, I suppose, but not bad. All right, sorry. There we go. Yeah, these are like some kind of fake cards. Kind of hilarious. I mean, because they're obviously fake, it's not like they're, uh, yeah, they're just obviously fake. Let me read one for you first, and then you'll know what I mean. First of all, they look totally different. Some of them, at least, like these ones. Just look at the shape of everything. But let's read. I'll read even the name. I'll have to look at it, but this. Wait, that one's not as good, I suppose. Oddly enough. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, never mind. I'm not. Yeah. So Slifer, is that his name? The Sky Dragon. That just says Sky Dragon there. I'll just do the Mask Monster here. So there's Mask Monster, which is the Masked Beast, I think is his name, actual name. It says Monster is his type or his whatever attributes, whatever, I can't remember what you call that. Arriving by Mask Monster ceremony. Present your cards on hand or in field to make stars more than 8. That's what it says. So yeah, it's like it's real strange English. Uh, Super Magic Warrior down there. A Hungered Hamburger, which I is a card I like the real version of, because who doesn't like who? I mean, if you don't like the Hungry Burger, there's something wrong with you. Where is Hungry Burger? There he is. I have one, and I will go through. By the looks of it, that might actually be my very first Hungry Burger. From the look of the edges in the quarter, I remember that it had a little bit of wear on it. Um, this is all I have left of a very massive collection, probably as big as my old Pokemon collection was. But I'm pretty sure I actually did give these cards away. But it is kind of still annoying me that I'm not positive. I have to ask one of my old friends if they remember that happening or not. Anyway, I'm gonna switch over. Here we go. I think we're on page 1. Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got here. We didn't get this. We got the Battle Ocean, 4 cents. The Cyber. Yeah, that's not the hollow one, but it is something we got. We get that. I think we got that Sea Angel as well. Marensis Sea Angel. Marensis Bubble Ring. First thing we saw. I think 5 cents there. So yeah, as you can see, commons about the same as you'd see in Pokemon. Lemuria. Uh, another 6 cents. Didn't get ourselves a Citadel Whale. We're gonna have to find those other 3 cards, but it's gonna probably take me a bit, so it'll have to wait till a different stream. Perhaps I'll let you know if they're any good. Maybe you even know. Rank Up Magic, the 7th one, got 2 of those, right? 6 cents. 7th Eternity, I believe we got 2 of those. 8 cents. Okay. Really hard to see for some reason. My eyes are tired, I suppose. The legendary fisherman. Oh, 2. Okay, that is different. That is not what we got. Don't think we got Marinsis Piscalis. Did we? No. We also didn't get the double fin shark, I don't think. We may have gotten the sea stealth attack, 10 cents. Now again, the best card in here isn't worth that much, but it is still not terrible. It's not nothing, put it that way. Saber Shark. May have gotten a Saber Shark, can't remember about that one. Legendary Fisherman for 11 cents. Okay. Silent Angler, 12. XYZ Remora for 12. All right. Not that bad. Look, a Legendary Fisherman, 3 there. Did we get the? I think we did get the Marincess Seahorse. Oh no, never mind. It was Piscalis that we got that I was probably thinking of, not the Seahorse. So that was whatever that was, 10 cents, 8 cents, something like that. Maybe it was 10. And I don't think we got the Torrential Tribute. None of these. Oh, we did get the Marincess Coral Anemone, right? 26 cents. That's not too bad. That's like wait. That's a rare. Hold on. Move these cards out of the way for now. I mean, really. 3 cards each. It's really nothing to. Show. Be kind of careful with this one, though. We did see XYZ Remora, right? That was up here. Or, yeah. Didn't see Marbled Rock, but got that and the Coral Anemone. I assume the hollowness in the name is because it's a rare. That's what I'm going to go with. Because I think there's rare, super rare. Yeah, there's the super rares. This was a super rare. Mega Fortress Whale as well. Oh, too bad. I thought the shark was the best one for some reason. I did just look at these, but at 31 cents, still not terrible, I guess. I was going to say that's about the price of like a rare in Pokemon. Maybe even a little more at some points. Maybe even around the. It's probably sometimes like it is, I guess, about a holo rare, older-ish holo rares. No, though maybe not current ones unless they're being used. That's the difference. Maybe more of these cards are actually used. Again, I think this is relatively new, but not super, super new. We did get the Seahorse. Marincess Seahorse. It's funny because when I used to play, I did a lot of actually dueling in Yu-Gi-Oh! As opposed to not so much battling in Pokemon when I was younger. Although again, Yu-Gi-Oh! For me came after Pokemon, so I was a little older at that point as well. I had buddies that played as well, so we all dueled each other. We were always dueling. So it's a lot different than Pokemon for that reason as well. But yeah, I can't remember where I was going with that. Other than I dueled a lot. I played a lot of the actual game as opposed to Pokemon not doing that. None of these then. Oh, we do have the Crystal Shark for 57. That's not too bad. So that actual last pull may be our best one. The last one we had there out of our 6 mini packs or light packs, whatever they call them. That's hilarious. I'm never buying those again for sure, but I don't know. If I find like a normal, probably not. I'm still trying to figure out, one of the big things I'd like to figure out is places to go to get deals on the stuff. Like, is there an online place? Like, is Whatnot a good place? Is it good to like go to eBay and attempt to get to like just bid on things and hope you bid low enough to resell some stuff? I have no idea. I'm just kind of wondering, what was I thinking? Number 101 Silent Honor Arc was what I was thinking. $22. That's pretty decent for for a it's the ghost rare, so it is really the only one of its kind in the series. That was why it would be insane if I got it. I guess I should have known there's more than one black card like that in here. And I don't think where there was anything. Oh wait, was there something else? No. Abyss Shark would have been cool, I suppose, but whatever. Either way, that would be an ultra rare. The ultra rares probably look. You know what? The ultra rares probably have both the holo card and the holo text of the name. In fact, you know what? What was this was the shark was actually only a rare. Yeah, now that I look closer at it, it is just the name that's holo on it. All right, guys, the start of a new collection. Not bad. Not bad. And maybe one of these 3 cards is even better. For all I know, these could have been completely random. I do not know how they would have decided what cards they throw in there. Probably have their ways. Pick up Mako. I've been binging, like half watch binging, if you know what I mean. You probably do if you work on a computer a lot, or just on around a TV or doing something where you can have something going while you're working or whatever. Half watch binging Yu-Gi-Oh! And you know, I gotta say again, other than the whole ancient Egyptian pagan nonsense, morally speaking, it's probably better than Pokemon because it doesn't it doesn't jam the wokeness down your throat even from the get-go. Doesn't have cross dressers and guys acting like they're girls right off from the start. James, I'm talking about you, but there's others too in Pokemon. You have it, if I'm not mistaken. You have it in Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm trying to think of actually any character right now. You know what? I can't recall one, to be honest. In the beginning, at least, it's a little cheesier than Pokemon. Its humor leaves. I mean, there's funny parts for sure. Its humor leaves a little more to be desired, though. It's just the writing is maybe not quite as good, but morally, there's really no comparison. Anyway, now let's check out the old cards I have. These aren't all obviously from like booster sets themselves. A lot of them actually come from starter decks. I would not mind somehow recollecting the entire starter decks. I had all of them. And now that I'm looking through and getting a list of all the items that they've made, it's actually a lot easier than Pokemon to just get a list of all the products basically that Yu-Gi-Oh's come out and released. So I'm doing that, and I've basically already gone through everything that I was playing, you know, through all the time I've played. I'm like at 2006, I think, in the list. And I realized I had all the decks. I think there's just the 4, the Yugi, the Kaiba, and then they made Pegasus and Joey. And then I think the year after that, or maybe the year after that one, it was like they made the 2 Yugi and Pegasus, the year after or Yugi and Kaiba, then the year after Pegasus and Joey. And the year after that, or next year, they remade the Yugi and the Pegasus, and I had all 6 of those decks, the remakes of the Yugi and Pegasus, and then the 4 originals. And so a lot of these cards actually came from those decks, probably. I'm not going to name them all off because there's a decent bit, and you know what? In fact, I've only gone through and evaluated about the first half of the cards in here. So I could have some slightly decent cards. I considered selling all of them off. I have no idea what I'm going to do now, to be honest. Sorry if you see one that catches your eye. But again, the way that Yu-Gi-Oh works, a lot of these cards have probably been re-released so many times that just seeing them doesn't really mean as much, probably. Oh man, that Gale Lizard. I remember whenever that came out, that Gale Lizard definitely came from like one of the original packs that had that. Pretty sure it was a pack. Well, really, I should say a lot of these cards are from the original things, or well, almost ish. If they're boosters, they're from the original boosters. I guess if they're from decks, they're not, but they're still from original decks anyway. From what would it be, about 20 years ago now? They're saying 25th anniversary. These cards aren't quite that old. So 2000 is whenever it came over to English, I guess, America. So I guess 25th anniversary for Japan, I'd imagine. We're getting close, though. I definitely evaluated my Harpy's Feather Duster. I can't remember if I got to Blue Eyes or not. I might have not. I may have actually been right where I stopped. So, and it might have been because I couldn't find the set this was from. Wait, BPT 009. That sounds too easy for me not to have been able to find it. But either way, the Harpy's Feather Duster, that was what I was going to say. It's probably an ultra rare. As you can see, it has both the holo picture and name, different than any of the ones we got earlier, and the new ones we got. That's worth like $7.50 last I looked. That one might have come from the actual booster. I'd imagine those are probably the most valuable ones, unless, again, there's a reason someone would want, like me, to recreate the decks that they don't have all the cards for. But I'm hoping that they're a little cheaper because of that, because they're just, they're not necessarily the true, tried and true. They're the exact same thing. They're just not, they have the letters are a little different down here. Speaking of this card, XY Dragon Cannon, I'm hoping that that card's pretty decent. Pretty sure that came from a booster. Yeah, I can't remember what it is, but it's Magician's Force or whatever, MFC. Yeah, man, that thing's OG right there. And it's in like perfect condition. I had so many awesome cards, and they're all given away, I guess, for free now. The wrong art of the red eyes, just like I have the wrong art of the blue eyes, even though I used to have like 1,000 blue eyes, different blue eyes cards. Now I have one. One, same with the red eyes, just now one. Had thousands of dark magicians. I have none of those now. One summoning skull. I'm sorry, one summoned skull. Wow. And I've even been watching the anime, and I got that wrong. Rioran, I love Rioran. He was always one of my favorites. That was one of my first cards, actually, just like the Wing Weaver back there, and that Wing Weaver, in fact, and also that. In fact, I think this Kodadama is also one of the first cards I ever had, actually, like literally one of the first cards. Same with that Hungry Burger. Drop off one of the last cards I had, just like the Gale Lizard, probably. But that's a cool. What was that again? The rares have the name. So this was a super rare with the holo picture. Good old Soul Release. Good old Monster Reborn. Gotta have one of those, of course. That rule though, you can only have one. All right, this is restricted, just one of those. And is it just like in Duel Links? I played a lot of Duel Links. I haven't done any Yu-Gi-Oh since I was a kid, like in person, like real cards. But I played a ton of Duel Links, and I tried getting into the other one, but I had too much time spent in Duel Links. I didn't want to get into the other one, Legacy of the Duelist or whatever. But I think I might actually end up doing that. And if I do, I'll end up streaming or doing it on video or something, because why not? Super windy outside right now. All your old, all the old cards you know and love. Dark Hole, Shield and Sword, Pot of Greed, Hamburger Recipe, of course you need. Judge Man's always good. Jin. I actually I loved the Kaiba deck. I like the Yugi deck too. I was never really a huge fan of the Joey deck, but I do really like Kaiba in the Dragon deck. I actually had a Red Eyes, I'm sorry, I had a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, I think either from the booster or something else where I pulled it. It wasn't just given. And so that was amazing back in the day, of course. Also, think of that. My cousin and I both used to collect for a bit. I think she probably phased out of it because that was when we were like, sort of when we were entering, I guess, like junior high. I suppose she's a year younger than me, so she stopped. I, continued on with my friends for a bit. But when we were both collecting at one point, she got, I think it was her that got Black Skull Dragon, and that was just like, what? So those are those. Um, I don't know if I'll end up selling any. Maybe at some point, probably at some point in my life, all of these will go away. I'll sell off all the collections I have. Plus, I have a uh, kid to give them to. That would change things. But I guess that's that for now. I'm gonna switch over and I'm gonna do another stream. Actually, you know what? This was already almost an hour, so I didn't expect it to be that long. I think I'm just gonna come back tomorrow because this is Wednesday. Tomorrow will be Thursday. I'll just come back and chill tomorrow for a little bit and talk about these cards here that I have. But real quick now, in case there's anybody actually watching that's interested, I will flip over here real quick, and you can see firsthand the Nerds Templar store up and running. Got the price. Well, we don't have the price low to high. I guess we did. Oh, it's yeah, low to high based on market price. Sorry, I'm not sure why. I couldn't tell you why I have that Taurus so high up there, but there was probably a method to my madness whenever I did it. Um, yeah, these everything in here and that, of course, that Alakazam is what I have posted here, and then of course some sealed products as well. Posted. I had some Into the Inklands Disney Lorcana decks already on here. I've had in my possession a couple Floodborn decks as well. Actually, just two versions of the Gaston and Maleficent deck. Can't remember what that is. Amethyst and Sapphire or something. Yeah, Amber and Sapphire. Yeah, two of those. Just posted those as well, and then all these new cards here. Right there. Some of these I have several of, like Gardenia's Vigor. I think I have four of that. Four Gape Jaw Bogs. I didn't go over four of any cards, but there are some I have more than four of, and I can always show those. Good old trekking shoes. I think I have a couple of those on here. Charmeleon, gotta love the Charmeleon, Charmander from Pokemon Go. Still usable. All these cards still usable in Standard. That was the reason for me getting them on now, because they will be rotating out, but they are still usable. And of course, they're always going to be needed, perhaps for your collection purposes. Got a Mewtwo up here. Gotta love the Mewtwo. I think I posted. I mean, a lot of these prices, they might be a couple cents more. They are right about market value though. Most of them. Some of them are under market. Some of them are about market value. Some of them are a little over, but they might be, they might be on here for a while. I'm hoping they'll go up. And a lot of them I put on here really just because I wanted to have a little more product. At least for now, I can always rotate stuff out, of course. But I marked them where they're at because I don't really want to. I don't think they're worth parting with for less than that. I could probably end up getting more than that in person at some future date. In fact, if I didn't mess up my math so badly during the yard sale we had, I probably wouldn't have any of these cards anymore, and I would have made maybe 150, maybe even $200 off of them all. 150 would have been more than they were worth, in fact. So, well, they wouldn't have been these cards because these were already held back for this purpose. But if they're not going to be worth selling online, then I will end up putting them in like a 20-cent or 25-cent card bin at some point or something like that. I don't know. Of course, some of these will be dropping in price a bit when they rotate out of Standard. Dark Patch, that's a good one. 4 of those. I believe that's all I have, but I do have 4 of those. Canceling Colognes, I have even more than 4 of those. Curly has 4 of those, I'm pretty sure. Very usable, or very useful right now, used in my deck. I'm going to be upset when they rotate out of standard, which is going to, again, all these cards, all the cards with the yellow borders are going to be done next year. It's crazy. It's happening. Oh yeah, we have these Ralts from Astral Radiance as well. The teleportation burst ones. Magnezone, Lilligant, some rares, some holo rares up in here. Some of these, though, also you want to be careful because, like that Hisuian Samurott, this Magnezone, this Absol, they're I think they're actually supposed to be holo rare, but as you can see, they're deck exclusives. They're not from, just like we were talking about with Yu-Gi-Oh. They're not from the boosters themselves. They came from whatever battle decks they came from. I'm not sure, but they came from something. There they are. That's why they are like that. Some of these other cards could have as well, for all I know, but they're not. The only reason those are like that is because they are normally holo rares, but for the sake of, mass producing them for decks, they just decided to make them unholo. You find rare trainers. Adaman is one that's like that as well. This bead card I thought was pretty weird with the writing on it, but I don't know anything about bead to know if that's normal or not. Actual boss orders holo rare here, and the bead is also. Yep. Hisuian heavy balls. Everyone needs one of those in their deck, right? I got one now because I got the big lot of them at an auction. I think I have 2 of these for sale. So yeah, I mean, there's enough here that I think you could, if you wanted to buy a bunch, if for some reason you needed a lot of these cards, you could definitely make the $1.22 shipping worth it. And again, you can also think of it as helping out the cause, because that is certainly what it will do. And as the shop grows, prices will obviously get better. We'll be able to do more giveaways and cool stuff. I'll even just be streaming more and doing just more openings in general. One more thing, though, to mention. 1 second. I mentioned this in the past. Right here. I've done this now, so don't bother putting this code in yourself. Don't waste time. Don't waste your time. I have a bunch of these from the auction. Yeah, let me switch for a second. See a little better. I have a bunch of these Professor's Research, Professor Willows from the auction. These are obviously promo cards. That's a code for Pokemon Go. Gives you a special research in Pokemon Go, and also something else. I can't remember what it was, because it was a while ago now. Obviously, like any other Professor's Research is what it is. That's what the card is. But I had 50 of them, but since I took one myself, for obvious purposes, I have 49 more of these fellas. It's fresh box of this, fresh promo box, basically. Yeah, right. Also, just realized I could totally use this box for other things later on once I get rid of all these. But we have 49 more of these, and they're all ready to go, packaged up in their nice, neat little wrappers. Totally unused because I opened this box myself. Apparently, the dude never did it at the shop. Never used these at the shop, so I get them. I got them in a bulk lot of a bunch of random play Pokemon stuff for like maybe $5 or something, because it was just like random nonsense that no one wanted, except there was that box. If I wanted, I could sell those for I don't know. I think it was over $1 each at least. It might have been even over $2 each. So that was amazing. Sorry, yeah, okay, yeah. So I could do that, but I think what I'm going to do is instead, um, maybe at some point I'll start doing that. But for now, I'm not. I'm going to. It doesn't say anything on there that's bad. Uh, give these away to people who purchase stuff from my shop and use, because the only way that you would know is by that I have those is by watching my videos or streams. Um, and so if you use right when you buy something, there's a way to post like a notes, put some type of note in. Okay, so if you do that and you put in as a comment in your order, the code, the password, pretty much anything will work. But I'm gonna last month was June, which for us Catholics is the month of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. So I had Sacred Heart was okay. So that was the before what we did. July is the month of the precious blood of Jesus. So I guess you know what we're just gonna make the uh, password precious blood. How about that? Use that and use that password through July, and then we'll change it in August again. And if you do for your purchase on TCG Player, bam, you get one of these fellas for free, if you will. Still packaged in his plastic wrap. Not this one, obviously. That's my guy. Professor Willow, only way to get it, even, and especially if you're a Pokemon Go fan as well, or just just a Pokemon Go fan, I suppose. You grab it, and yeah, then you have yourself a code there for Pokemon Go for some special research. Don't know what you get from it because I haven't done it myself, honestly, but you get something. That's all I got for you, though. I was going to go through all those. Don't really need to because instead, scroll through the rest of this because this is what you see there. And we were scrolled to the bottom already, so never mind. Pretty sure, right? We saw the Bieber. Oh, they're way at the bottom. That's right. So they are one of the best. The Bidoof from Crown Zeta, one of the good ones there. That's the Carefree Countenance ability there. So if y'all need one of those, the boss's orders, of course, is never gonna. This is one that you can use in the future. It won't necessarily rotate out of standard because it's the same as any other boss's orders, other than it being Cyrus. As far as I'm aware, that part of the text doesn't need to be the same as anything else that's in standard. As long as it's a boss's orders with everything else being the same, it can be any character, no matter if their character has rotated out of standard or not. So this is something that you could actually play for the foreseeable future until they stop making boss's orders, but I don't know when that will ever happen, because that's kind of a staple of just the game in general. Was that the same as the boss's? I don't know if it was called boss's orders back in Team Rocket set, but the one with I think it was called like Giovanni's orders or something. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's called Team Rocket's orders. I don't know, but there is definitely a card like that, and I think it might be the same. I would have to look at that. Holo Rare Blastoise from Pokemon Go. Snorlax, of course, as well. Holo Rare from Lost Origin. You know the Alakazam EX, of course. One pulled. You can even go back to episode 42, I believe. It was just a couple episodes ago. 52, I'm sorry. Just the last Paldean Fates we did, the Iron Treads EX tin. That's where this card came from. So there's that. And then, of course, Switch Cart. Good old Switch Cart. $1. Maybe some of these prices, they may drop a little bit. But hey, again, if you want to throw me an extra 10 cents or so, 5 cents, 2 cents per card, whatever it ends up being, I know that I am grateful and that it goes to a good cause doing more of this. So yeah, and then finally, to finish off, the best cards we got listed, Pokestops, of course, reaching just almost $1.50, not quite as much as our Alakazam here, which I did post for $1.50 because, hey, this thing is going to go up in value. So you know, I guess you can just wait and buy it from me later or buy one from someone else, which would be a horrible thing to do. But finally, yeah, the B barrel almost worth $2 because again, this guy is this is the guy. A lot of the what is it? The Lugia deck uses it. Charizard, I think, uses it as well. The Lugia is going to be rotating out. It is pretty much on its last leg, being that it's a V Max or V Star, or whichever one. It's a V. It's a Pokemon V deck. Either way, whether it's V Max or V Star, it's done after this year. But yeah, Industrious Incisor is always good during your turn. You can draw until you have 5 in your hand. People use it constantly. That's why it's worth so much, obviously. That's it. And there are Lorcana, Rise of the Floodborn, Amber and Sapphire deck. Amber and Emerald for any of the Inklands. The Ruby and Sapphire for... Wait, is that what it is? Ruby, Sapphire? Yeah, for any of the Inklands. And then the good old... I heard this one was the one that I heard is like the most viable out of the box to just, you know, kind of a plug and play kind of deck for Lorcana if you're getting into it. I can't myself get into it because, well, we don't have it at the comic shop, which is the closest place. I could go to the other place that where I get all my other, basically where I get everything if I don't go to the comic shop or like Walmart or something. Most of my Lorcana stuff comes from this other shop, collectible shop. I could go there, but they're always literally at full capacity for Lorcana, so I can't actually get into that. Still have 2 of our Spark of Rebellion boosters left. Someone, that was our first purchase, someone buying 2 of those. Thank you very much, sir. Hope you're a proud watcher of the channel now that you have my channel handle, or whatever you call it. We got a Origin 4 Palkia V-Star deck still left to open for ourselves as well. I should do that so you know what that's all about. Again, some of these prices a little lower. This might be even be, I could probably go down to 12 or something on this. But again, we taking into consideration shipping on these currently. So, yeah, I took photos, but again, y'all see these things on stream all the time or in video, so you know what you're dealing with. You know exactly what you're dealing with. There's my pictures there, and you can tell my table in the background here. Good old wooden table. And you can also maybe see what the box is resting against, the giant Pokemon Standard Collection binder, which was large enough, perfectly large enough for me to use for a little stand. But yeah, because the shipping is why that's so much lower than the market value on that, which is I think might be going up slightly. I'm not going to raise the price of that anymore. You saw me open that on stream. You can go back and watch that. I will probably open the Palkia V-Star soon if you want to check out what all is in there, but you can always just Google that if you want, obviously. And then, of course, we have our build and battle boxes from Temple Forces and 1 Quick Ball tin. We already have our Quick Ball tin, the very first tin, Pokeball tin, I should say, that we opened on here on channel. That was way back in the day. That was one of the first things we did. That was one of the first things. Yeah, that was one of the first things I got from PokemonCenter.com because I started with the very earliest things that I could find that were still in stock, and that was one of them. Wow, this thing is dropping like it's hot. Well, I guess really it's dropping like it's not hot, which is fine. I mean, whatever. $9.99 shipping. So those are going as large size products, not medium size, which makes sense, I guess, because it would need like an actual box. So yeah, that's where that shipping is coming from. So you are paying a little bit if you want to use. But hey, I'll give it a thumbs up before I send it off, and maybe it'll come to you with some good cards in it because of that. I don't know. That's it. That's my store. I wasn't gonna, I guess, do all that, but I did. It's only hour 4 into the stream anyway, so that's not so bad. I'm gonna still do a stream tomorrow that's going a little more in detail on this stuff. I'm also gonna show tomorrow. This is what tomorrow is gonna more consist of, which I was gonna maybe do today, but I won't. Going through half of this stack because half of it is old, too old. They're all V. Well, they're all cards that are over higher than holo rare cards from Sword and Shield. So the early cards are in the back half. Basically, it was about half and half. And then I have the new ones that I will go through. If there's any that people would like to purchase and add to an order of stuff that I already have, along with stuff I already have, and make that $1.22 shipping a little more reasonable, then they can always let me know in comments or in the video chat, and I can add whatever of these, because I still have 6 products I can add. And again, if whoever wants to be the nice guy, and of course this is limited to American buyers, sorry, but only shipping in the United States for now, for the foreseeable future. But whoever wants to be the good guy and make that next purchase will be the one to send me to level 2 and increase my stock to 500 products instead of 100, which is a huge difference, right? And after that, it only takes 21, I believe, 21 sales. So we won't be too far off of that either. That Pidgeot V is pretty useful. Radiant Greninja. After that, I think it's 21 sales to hit level 3, and then I think it's 50,000 items. So at that point, we don't really need much more, but then still I think it's only 51 sales to hit level 4, which is max level seller on TCGPlayer. And then we'll be good. We'll have all the perks. And that'll be, then we'll really get going. Only takes 51 sales, but this next sale is going to be one of the big landmarks, right? So it's going to be our ticket to level 2, ticket to 500 items in stock, which means all these cards can be posted instead of me having to pick and choose which ones. And I haven't even really gotten to all the really good ones, so those are to come. Obviously, I guess, yeah, I could start with the better cards, sure. Maybe that's what smart people would do, and I might, but like I said, this is that, and actually that was the end. That Cinderace V starts the older ones. So what you saw right there is what I will have if you want to comment on those for now, but I'll show them more in depth tomorrow, maybe. Maybe I won't even do that stream. I don't know. We'll see. I probably will, because it'll be just solely that. It'll be our first Quarter Masters stream. So, yeah. Anyway, let me know what you think about all that. For now, I guess I will go and see you tomorrow. I think maybe in the morning-ish. Won't be like as early probably as usual. It'll either be earlier than usual, which is probably not going to be the case. Most likely it'll be later than usual, about 9 o'clock maybe a.m. Eastern. Be around, we'll chat a little bit about what we got, yeah. But in the meantime, consider supporting the channel by not just liking and subscribing, commenting, of course, too. All those things definitely help out immensely. But if you want to go above and beyond, for now, I don't have too many ways of donating, if you will, other than if you want to make a purchase, TCGPlayer. Make a purchase. Also have some stuff on eBay, not too much though. It's just those random things you've seen in the past. The Toxic High School Skybox comic, I can't remember what they're called, the comic premiere edition of the Skybox comic cards, superhero cards, or whatever. And the Superman 3 Topps cards from 1983 with the stick of gum still in them. Those packs, I actually have them in bulk lots of like 3 to 4 or something like that each. You can check that out on eBay. Link in the description. We don't have to check that out on stream. Those are the only things on there for now, but there will be other things on there like I've shown in the past. Where in tarnation did that stuff go? So yeah, I did have the I don't know where those cards went now. That's not good. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Color test card, misprint, quote unquote. I don't know where those went. That's not good. Those had some. Oh yeah, wait. They're somewhere. I'll look at it. I'll look for them later. For now, that's it. I'll catch you guys in the next one tomorrow, probably. For now, I'm Randy. Oh, they were sitting right here. I was looking at them the whole time. I didn't think that's what they were. Stuff like this, Yu-Gi-Oh! Color test print, and the Ash Ketchum insert from Topps. Some football cards as well. Those things will be eBay stuff. So that kind of stuff, go there. Anything else, basically anything that can go to TCG Player will be there, other than all my Korean Pokemon cards. Those will certainly be going bulk lot on eBay at some point. So anyway, I'm Randy, and this is Nerds Templar, and also Sydney, wherever she went. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. God bless, and peace.